Hi, I haven't done one of these vlogs in a really long time, so let me reintroduce myself for a minute. I'm Michelle Renee. I am a surrogate partner and professional cuddler that's based in San Diego. And I've been kind of like in this space where normally I get a lot of my needs met inside of my relationship. And I'm in this season of our relationship where my partner is back on the East Coast and I'm still here in San Diego, full time here now. I'm so happy. And I don't have a regular person to cuddle with outside of my work. And that's like a really usual part of my partner and I's relationship is really getting some great platonic cuddle time where we just cuddle and talk and connect, and it is the glue for me. And there's, in the professional world, it's really important that we get our needs met outside of our work. And when a client shows up, I'm there to be in service to them and their needs. And it's about me holding space. And I am terrible at trusting people to hold space for me. I won't even say asking, because I don't ask because I don't trust. Anyways, I want to tell a little story. I've noticed this coming up for me a lot lately, this distrust in even people that I know I can talk to. The story that comes up first before I find my words is that I can't just automatically trust them to hold the kind of space that I want held. And so I was at an event last night, and I what are the tears about, Michelle? I think they're about really deep, deep fear. Maybe a little bit of shame. Because I know how to do this, right? I know how to set boundaries. I know how to hold boundaries. And this is old stuff. I just want to point that out. And I'm sharing this because I think that a lot of people can relate to this, especially if you're socialized female. And if you weren't socialized female, maybe this will give you a little bit of an insight into what our experience is. And so I've made a couple, I had a TikTok video where I talked about I'm really good at finding motherly figures in my life. The wise older women that I surround myself with are pretty badass. And I made a passing comment about how it's funny that I don't look for father energy, or I should say I do look for father energy, or I did a lot until I started to work on my inner child stuff. But I don't really seek that kind of surrogate father in my life. And I think it's because I don't trust that there are men who can want to be a rich part of my life and not want to sleep with me. So that makes them unsafe to get close to. And I'm sharing this because I think I put myself in the shoes of clients who are seeking safe, nurturing touch, wanted safe, nurturing touch, and probably have this kind of imprint on them too, and how hard it is to move forward in taking care of our needs, because the fear gets a little overwhelming sometimes. And I was at an event last night, and a friend of mine, a male friend of mine, he gave me this wonderful hug. He knows that every time I see him, it's such a great hug. And my partner's gone, and I've hit, I'm past the 2-week mark, and I'm just a little lonely despite work. And we were holding each other. I said, gosh, I want to cuddle with you. And he said, oh, I would love that. And he said, I've always been interested, but I know it's your work and I wouldn't want to ask you for that. And I was like, in the moment, I was like, big yes. And I said, I'll get a hold of you and we can set up a time. And then I went to the beach this morning, which I haven't been able to do in a while. I live like farther away now from the beach than where I was renting a room, and my mornings tend to be kind of full, and the weather hasn't been great, and here it was this really sunny morning, and I didn't have any meetings, and I took myself to the beach and went for a walk and sat on the kind of low wall that separates the path, the sidewalk, and the beach, and just it was just the best self-care. That's my favorite place, to sit by the water. And on my drive back to my place today, I just had this thought of like fear hit me that this friend of mine, who is very much understanding of consent, that didn't matter. The fear was old. And it was, something that it's like, I can declare my boundaries. I can hold my boundaries. I can take care of myself. And my inner child clearly needs a reminder of that, because that first wave was just, what if he doesn't understand what I want? But I have to be able to express what I want, or it can't be clear to the other person I'm engaged with. And it made me think about clients. And we've been so fortunate in the cuddle world, as you all know, or maybe you don't know. I started with Cuddlist.com at the end of 2015 and worked very closely with them ever since. And it was the client base was very male dominated for many, many years. And in the last, time is weird with COVID and stuff. It feels like the last couple of years, but it's probably been more than that. I've had a lot of female identified clients, and I'm so grateful. And I also want to acknowledge that it probably takes a lot to book a cuddle session, and part of it is that fear. And I'm sure coming to another woman is helpful, but I think we all, if we've been around enough, we know that that's not always the case either, right? That your gender doesn't determine your safety in so many ways, or how safe of a person you are. And so I just wanted to share that even as a pro, I still come up across really old messaging questioning if I'm safe. And that sums up a lot of the personal work that I've been doing lately. Maybe where I'm at in that space is acknowledging that there's parts of me that still don't feel safe. So I'm in this with you, I'm in this process with you. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm way farther along than I was in 2014 when my marriage ended, and in 2015 when I got into this work. This has been my practice ground, and I have changed and grown so much because of this work, which is how I probably can identify all the stuff that's happening in my mind and in my body. So thanks for, if you made it through this 10 minutes, thanks for sticking around. And I appreciate the longer platform, and maybe you can speed it up. I know I don't have the attention span maybe for my own videos sometimes. So if you made it through this, thanks. This is my cuddle space in San Diego. I would love to share it with you. I hope you reach out soon.